Have you ever done everything right, eating your fruits, drinking your smoothies, starting every morning with what you thought was healthy, yet somehow your body still feels older, heavier, or more tired than it should? You tell yourself you're being careful, that these choices are protecting you. But what if I told you that one small habit in your morning routine might be silently destroying your kidneys from the inside out? Every year, millions of people are told their creatinine is a little high without realizing that by the time that number rises, almost half of their kidney function is already gone. And the cruelest part, you wouldn't feel a single symptom until it's too late. The same drink that promises energy and youth could be the one slowly corroding the very filters that keep you alive. I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and today we're breaking the silence around these so-called healthy morning drinks. Because some of them, yes, even the ones labeled organic, natural, or heart-friendly, are secretly spiking your blood sugar, flooding your system with hidden salts, and pushing your kidneys toward failure drop by drop. But here's the good news. Science has also revealed 3 simple morning drinks that can reverse that damage, lower creatinine naturally, and help restore your kidneys' filtering power without pills, without gimmicks, and without giving up flavor. So before you take another sip tomorrow morning, stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, you're going to discover which drinks silently sabotage your health and which ones could quite literally save your life. When most people think of a healthy breakfast, they picture a colorful smoothie, bright fruity maybe, with a scoop of protein powder and a touch of yogurt. It feels light, clean, safe. That first sip tastes like discipline and good choices. But beneath that sweetness hides one of the most deceptive habits silently worsening kidney decline every single morning. Let me tell you about Linda. She's 65, retired, and proud of her morning routine. Every day at 7 a.m., she blends her power smoothie, banana orange juice, a spoon of honey, and a scoop of protein powder. For years, she believed it was fueling her health, until a routine checkup revealed her creatinine had jumped from 0.9 to 1.6. Her doctor said, "Your kidneys are under stress." Linda was shocked. How could something so healthy be the problem? Here's the science most people never hear. A single commercial-style smoothie can pack 50 to 70 grams of sugar, the same metabolic hit as 2 cans of soda. When that flood of sugar rushes into your bloodstream, your insulin spikes, forcing your kidneys to filter a thicker, more toxic mix of glucose and waste. Within an hour, your blood sugar crashes, leaving you hungry again, and your kidneys exhausted from the roller coaster. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition confirm that liquid calories don't trigger the same fullness signals as solid foods. In other words, when you drink your calories, your brain never gets the memo that you've eaten. You end up consuming more overall, driving up weight, blood pressure, and kidney strain, especially if you're over 50. And those protein powders or fruit concentrates that promise energy. Most are loaded with phosphate additives and emulsifiers, both of which accelerate kidney aging. Now imagine the difference between chewing 2 crisp apples versus gulping down their blended version. The apples take time, fiber slows the sugar release, your gut signals satisfaction, and your blood sugar stays steady. But the smoothie, 15 minutes in the sugar rush, hits like a tidal wave, and your kidneys are left mopping up the mess. If you truly love smoothies, you don't have to give them up, just reclaim control. Use whole fruits like berries or apples, add leafy greens, skip the juice base, and blend with water or unsweetened kefir. Keep the natural fiber and your kidneys will thank you. But knowing this alone isn't enough, because there's another morning habit, far more dangerous one, that millions of people still mistake for energy. And that's where the real trouble begins. Just when you think you've outsmarted sugar by skipping the smoothie, another trap waits right next to the checkout counter, glowing cans that promise focus, stamina, and power. The energy drink, the sports drink. 2 words that sound like health, but inside every bottle hides a chemical cocktail your heart and kidneys were never built to handle. Let me share a story. A patient of mine, Robert, 59, used to start his mornings with an energy drink instead of coffee. He said it made him feel alive. Fast forward 6 months, he was in my office, hands trembling, blood pressure, 168 over 104, creatinine rising. He didn't realize that the same can claiming to boost performance was quietly disrupting the very rhythm that keeps him alive. Here's what the science shows. 1 large energy drink can contain 200 to 400 milligrams of caffeine, the equivalent of 3 or 4 cups of strong coffee plus stimulants like taurine guarana and ginseng. In healthy adults, that's a jolt. In anyone over 50, it's a lightning strike to the heart's electrical system. A 2021 review of 32 medical case reports found that energy drinks were linked to ventricular arrhythmias, cardiac arrest, and even sudden death. And when your heart rhythm goes haywire, your kidneys suffer next because less blood reaches the filters that clean your body. Then come the so-called sports drinks. Marketed as hydration, they're often loaded with 30 to 40 grams of sugar and 150-200 empty calories. They were designed for athletes losing electrolytes after intense training, not for someone sitting in morning traffic. To your kidneys, that sugar surge looks no different from a dessert. It spikes insulin, raises blood pressure, and floods your bloodstream with sodium and phosphate additives, the perfect storm for kidney stress. If you're trying to stay energized, skip the chemicals. True energy is built, not borrowed. Hydrate with filtered water or herbal teas like nettle hibiscus or green tea. Eat breakfast with steady fuel egg whites, oats, or low-potassium fruits. You don't need a bottle that screams extreme to feel alive. You just need to stop robbing your body of balance. But only knowing this won't protect you yet, because there's another drink one that wears the disguise of nature itself, and most people have no idea how dangerous it can be. And that, my friends, is where the next shock begins. Just when you think you're safe because your drink is natural, another illusion steps in the ruby red glass of beetroot juice. It looks pure, earthy, full of life. Many call it the miracle root for blood pressure. But for your kidneys, that same glass can become a slow-moving landmine. I'll never forget a couple I once treated, John and Mary, both in their late 60s. John had high blood pressure and swore by beetroot juice. One small glass a day every morning, he'd say it made him feel 10 years younger. His wife Mary decided to join him, hoping it would help her energy and joints. 3 months later, John's blood pressure had dropped beautifully, but Mary ended up in the ER with unbearable flank pain. Her scans showed kidney stones several. She couldn't believe it. How could something that helps him hurt me, she asked. Here's why. Beetroot juice is rich in nitrates, which the body converts into nitric oxide, a compound that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. For John, that was a gift. But the same drink also carries a heavy load of oxalates, around 150 to 175 milligrams per cup, 3 to 4 times more than the safe daily limit for anyone prone to stones or kidney disease. Add to that nearly 450 milligrams of potassium, and suddenly this superfood becomes a high-risk gamble for anyone with compromised kidneys. The kidney's job is to balance minerals, but when they are already under strain, a flood of oxalate and potassium is like throwing sand into an engine that's overheating. Tiny crystals form, blood filters clog, and what was once a detox drink turns into a recipe for pain and protein loss. If you enjoy the benefits of beetroot, moderation and pairing are everything. Drink no more than 4 ounces, mix it with lemon or cucumber juice to reduce oxalate absorption in alternate days. Better yet, eat your beets roasted, not juiced. The fiber binds some of the oxalate before it reaches your kidneys. But just knowing this isn't enough, because the next so-called healing broth is even trickier. It's warm, comforting, and carries the scent of tradition, yet inside it hides the very minerals that push fragile kidneys past their limit. And that's where the real betrayal begins. It's warm. It's rich. It smells like home. Bone broth, the age-old comfort drink your grandmother swore could heal anything, from a cold to aching joints. For decades, it's been crowned a superfood. But when science finally pulled back the curtain, the truth was far less cozy. I met Edward, a retired engineer who drank bone broth every morning, believing it was rebuilding his body from the inside out. It's all collagen and minerals, he said proudly. Yet during a routine checkup, his blood pressure was through the roof, 174 over 102, and his proteinuria had worsened. The broth he thought was healing him was quietly loading his body with the very minerals his kidneys could no longer handle. Here's what the research actually shows. Despite the hype, bone broth contains very little calcium or magnesium, sometimes as low as 9 to 19 milligrams per cup, compared to 300 milligrams in milk. The so-called collagen benefit. Your body breaks it down like any other protein. It doesn't magically go to your skin or joints. But the real danger for kidneys lies in what it does contain: excess sodium and potassium. One commercial cup of bone broth can pack 400 to 900 milligrams of sodium and up to 600 milligrams of potassium. For someone with early kidney disease or protein leakage, that's like throwing fuel on a slow-burning fire. Excess sodium raises blood pressure and forces the kidneys to retain water. Potassium, when your kidneys are already struggling, can accumulate to dangerous levels, affecting your heartbeat and nerve function. And here's the cruel twist: the more your kidneys weaken, the harder it becomes to remove that excess. What starts as a healing ritual becomes a daily dose of stress. If you love the warmth of broth, you can still enjoy it, but make it the right way. Use fresh vegetables, lean protein, and no added salt. Skip the store-bought cartons and instant powders that hide phosphates and flavor enhancers. Instead, season naturally with turmeric, parsley, or a squeeze of lemon. You'll get the comfort without the chemical storm. But only avoiding harmful drinks won't be enough, because knowing what to cut out is just one side of the story. The real transformation begins when you discover what to add back in. And the first of those healing drinks might surprise you. It's gentle, green, and backed by powerful science. It doesn't jolt you awake like coffee. It doesn't promise 6 hours of energy or come in a shiny can. Yet quietly, one humble cup of green tea has protected more kidneys than any expensive supplement ever could. This isn't marketing, it's chemistry, and it's hope brewed in the simplest form. I remember meeting Carla, a retired teacher who had been struggling with proteinuria for years. She'd tried every kidney detox tea on the market, most of which were just sugar and preservatives disguised as herbs. When we simplified her routine to 2 cups of real green tea a day, freshly brewed, no additives, her morning fatigue began to fade. After 3 months, her protein levels dropped by nearly 40%. She didn't believe it until her lab results confirmed what she felt every morning: more energy, less swelling, and a mind that felt sharper than it had in years. Here's the science behind that quiet miracle. Green tea's main weapon is EGCG epigallocatechin. Gallate, a compound so potent it's been called the body's internal firefighter. EGCG does 2 things that your kidneys desperately need. It directly neutralizes free radicals before they damage renal cells, and it activates the NRF2 pathway, a master switch that turns on your body's own antioxidant defenses. Think of it as waking up your cell's built-in repair team. Clinical research has been remarkable. In a 12-week trial of diabetic patients, one of the groups most prone to kidney decline, those who received 800 milligrams of green tea extract daily saw a 41% reduction in proteinuria, while the placebo group actually worsened. Even more impressive, nearly 1 in 5 of those patients moved from the severe category of kidney damage back to mild. No drug, just tea. The secret isn't drinking gallons, it's consistency and timing. Brew it at about 175 or 80 degrees to preserve its delicate catechins. Add a squeeze of lemon or a pinch of freshly ground black pepper to boost absorption. That's a tip most doctors never mention. Start with 1 cup in the morning, another mid-afternoon, and watch how your focus steadies and your body feels calmer. Green tea isn't just a drink, it's a signal to your body that healing is still possible. That's why I tell every patient, don't chase energy, build resilience. A calm kidney filters better, heals faster, and ages slower. But only knowing about green tea is just the beginning, because the next drink takes this healing deeper, working not through antioxidants, but through something far more primal, the living power of microscopic life itself. And that's where the next transformation begins. If green tea protects your kidneys like a shield, kefir works like an army rebuilding from the inside out. It doesn't come in a fancy bottle, and it doesn't scream superfood across the label yet. Inside every spoonful lives a microscopic world of healing. Let me tell you about Harold, 71 years old, a man who'd lost trust in his gut. Years of medication, processed food, and stress had left him with bloating, fatigue, and a sense that his body just wasn't digesting life anymore. When we added just 2 tablespoons of plain kefir to his morning routine, no flavorings, no sugar, the transformation was slow but undeniable. Within a month, his digestion steadied, his swelling decreased, and his lab results showed something remarkable: lower inflammation markers and a small but steady drop in protein leakage. Here's the secret behind that change. Kefir isn't just yogurt with a different name. It's a living ecosystem. While yogurt contains a few friendly bacterial strains, traditional kefir has over 50 to 60 different types of bacteria, in yeast working together. They don't just improve digestion, they send biochemical signals that connect your gut and your kidneys through what scientists now call the gut-kidney axis. During fermentation, these tiny organisms create bioactive peptides, natural compounds that act like gentle versions of ACE inhibitors, the very same mechanism used in prescription drugs to lower blood pressure and protect kidney tissue. They also produce short-chain fatty acids that calm inflammation throughout the body, improving vascular function and even blood sugar control, three things your kidneys depend on every single day. Modern research supports what ancient cultures practiced intuitively. In animal studies, kefir consumption has been shown to improve GFR, reduce oxidative stress, and slow kidney damage progression. It's not magic, it's biology and harmony. You're literally replanting good bacteria that talk to your immune system, lower your blood pressure, and help your kidneys work with less strain. Start gently. 2 tablespoons a day for the first week, then move to half a cup once your gut adjusts. Choose plain, unsweetened kefir, not the sugar-packed commercial versions. If the taste feels too tart, blend it with a few blueberries or slices of apple fruits low in potassium and rich in antioxidants. Drink it at the same time each morning to establish rhythm. Your microbes love routine as much as you do. Kefir doesn't just nourish it, teaches your body balance again. The more stable your gut becomes, the less toxic load your kidneys have to fight. And when the gut and kidneys start communicating clearly, your whole system begins to breathe easier. But the story doesn't end here. Because while kefir helps restore balance within, there's one ancient drink that helps cleanse and protect from the outside. Simple, humble, yet powerful enough to lower cholesterol, soothe your gut, and clear toxins before they ever reach your kidneys. And that ancient drink is the final piece of the puzzle. Long before the word detox ever appeared on a bottle, ancient healers were already using one humble grain to cleanse the body: barley. The drink made from it, barley water, was so sacred in early Greek medicine that it was called Creatinine, a daily ritual believed to purify both body and spirit. Centuries later, modern science is finally catching up, showing that what our ancestors felt intuitively is now backed by hard data. I once treated Margaret, a gentle 68-year-old woman who'd battled swelling in her legs and fluctuating blood pressure for years. She told me she felt like her kidneys were tired. Instead of another pill, I asked her to try something ancient: a cup of homemade barley water every morning. 2 weeks later, her swelling began to fade. A month in, her blood pressure dropped by 10 points and her labs showed reduced urea and better filtration. She smiled and said, "Doctor, I feel lighter inside." So what makes barley water so unique? The magic lies in a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. When it moves through your system, it forms a soft gel-like layer that traps cholesterol, binds toxins, and escorts them out of the body. This isn't just about heart health. It directly lowers the buildup of uremic toxins that stress the kidneys. Those toxins, byproducts of protein metabolism, are normally filtered by healthy kidneys. But when filtration slows, they linger in your blood, triggering inflammation and fatigue. Beta-glucan helps break that cycle by binding and flushing those wastes naturally. The benefits don't stop there. Barley water helps steady blood sugar, calm digestion, and soothe the gut-kidney axis, the silent communication line between your microbiome and your renal system. The European Food Safety Authority officially recognizes barley beta-glucan for reducing cholesterol and improving glycemic control, and multiple studies confirm its ability to improve kidney markers over time. Preparing it is simple. Rinse 1 cup of pearl barley, simmer it in 4 cups of water for about 45 minutes until the grains are soft, then strain and cool the liquid. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon for flavor and a touch of vitamin C. Drink 4 to 8 ounces about 20 minutes before breakfast. That timing allows your digestive system to wake up gently while your kidneys receive a clean, mineral-balanced start to the day. The taste is mild, slightly nutty, softly sweet, but the effect is powerful. Many of my patients say it feels like a rinse cycle for the body, refreshing yet grounding. That's because it's not fighting your kidneys, it's assisting them. Each sip helps lighten their load, restoring rhythm and balance that medications alone often can't provide. And here's the best part. This ancient remedy costs almost nothing yet. It gives back everything modern life tends to steal: hydration, calm, and steady function. When paired with the right morning habits, it can genuinely slow kidney aging. But before we close, there's something I want you to remember. Knowing what to drink is only half the battle. The real victory is turning that knowledge into consistency. Because every morning, the moment you fill your cup, you're not just choosing a beverage, you're choosing your future. And in that small, quiet choice lies the power to protect your kidneys for years to come. Every morning gives you one quiet moment to decide what your day and your health will become. It's easy to believe that small habits don't matter, that one drink or one choice couldn't possibly make a difference. But your kidneys know the truth. They feel every decision you make, every sip of sugar, every pinch of salt, every drop of care. And the beautiful part is, they can also feel when you start choosing better. So let this be your reminder: healing doesn't always come from pills or hospital rooms. Sometimes it starts with something as simple as a cup filled with awareness, consistency, and self-respect. Whether it's green tea calming your system, kefir rebuilding your gut, or barley water cleansing your blood, each one is a small promise to your future self. Keep those promises. Your kidneys will thank you in silence through steady energy, clearer skin, sharper focus, and a peace you can actually feel. If this video has helped you understand your body a little better, save it so you can revisit these steps whenever you need a reminder. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, because every week I'll be sharing new science-backed ways to strengthen your kidneys, lower creatinine, and live longer, stronger, and calmer. Remember, I'm Dr. Mark Ellis, and I believe your health is not determined by your past, but by what you do today. Your next sip can be a step toward healing or another drop of stress. Choose the one that gives your body life, because the power to protect your kidneys has always been quite literally in your hands. Take care of yourself, stay hydrated with wisdom, and I'll see you in the next video.